Hi everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading today. We're going to be looking at what people are attracted to about you. Okay, so those unique things that attract people to you. What do people see about you that sort of draws them to you? Okay, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. It does help you stay up to date with all the readings. Not currently being able to upload quite as much as I would personally like. I do apologize about that. Make sure you do leave me comments and let me know if there's any specific topics you would like me to look at, of course. But I am prioritizing personal readings. So if you are looking for a personal reading, check the description box. All my info is in that. You will also find the timestamps there as well, so you're more than welcome to jump ahead to your sign or other placements, of course. Subscribe, comment, like, share. I love all that. I do really appreciate every single one of you. Okay, today I'm going to be using the Sweet Blossom lenormand. I do also apologize for any coughing or sniffling. Being winter here in Australia, I have been a little bit off and my allergies are playing up and all that fun stuff, so I do apologize as well. But starting off today with Aries. Okay, Aries. What attracts people to you, Aries? What attracts people to Aries? What is it about Aries that draws people in? Okay, Aries. We have the dog coming out first and foremost. So people do, obviously feel very drawn and attracted to the friendship that you offer, they're being able to get along with you very easily, that they do feel as though that you're somebody that could be, companionable to them. They feel as though that, similar interests, those sorts of things. They do sense your loyalty and your understanding, your compassion for others, Aries, with that dog energy. We also have the rider coming through here. So people see you as somebody who is willing to get back up and keep on trying, that your perseverance it has a lot to say for you, that you are somebody that, is happy to share your good news, and, just being around you does sort of make people feel as though you are the good news a lot of the time here, Aries, that you are someone that keeps it moving, moving forward, that we don't sort of dwell so much on the past. We tend to move forward and keep things moving forward. We also see the fish coming through here as well. So that does sort of show us that, people see an abundance in you, a wealth of, a wealth of a lot of different things, a wealth of friendship, a wealth of knowledge, that you are somebody who knows how to handle finances and can advise them well when it comes to finances. For some of you, there are a couple of you where people do sort of, are attracted to you because of, money purposes, that they see you dressing nicely, and they see that you're very material, and you're attracted to a lot of material things, and so they feel as though that, being in the realm of Aries is going to help them focus on material as well. So they are a little bit attracted to the materialistic stuff here as well. So that one can be a bit of a sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, but they do see you sort of taking care of business on a material level, and that you are very in control of reality, that you don't sort of get stuck off with the fairies and things like that, that you are, very reality based, that you say it as you see it kind of thing, and that you do stick very closely to the reality of the world around yourself here, and it does in an abundant, wealthy kind of a way, in a positive kind of a way, so rather than someone who's they see as getting trapped by wealth. They do see that as an abundant energy around you there, Aries, and it does attract people to you. Okay, so that's what we see for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus, what attracts people to Taurus? What is it about Taurus that draws people in? What attracts people to Taurus, please? We see a lot of strength on your behalf here, Taurus, that a lot of people are drawn in by your strength and your sense of control. We have both the masculine and the tower coming through here, which both, provide a sense of authority that Taurus, sort of, you are someone that people do see that you are in control, that you are maybe, the authority to see. You're the one that has a very solid foundation, very logical and rational with the way that you approach the world, and people are very muchly drawn to that strength within yourself, your core. So the masculine here is that, very strongly here, people are drawn to you being able to take control when you do need to, that, if a situation calls for it, that you're more than able to sort of step up to the plate and take control, that you're able to set emotions aside and just be very logical and rational about situations. They also see this tower energy here, that you are somebody who is, strong all by yourself. You're very independent, authority energy. You can be very regimented, very stubborn as well, yes, but it's very, that you are someone who defends the people that are in your realm, that if they're floating around the bottom of your tower, that you're more than willing to defend their honor or whatever. Taurus, that you are, the one who is going to stand tall and take charge and be in control of not only yourself but the people in your little bubble. But they do sometimes, they are attracted to your aloofness a little bit as well. The tower sometimes can talk about, setting yourself aside from others a little bit. And I feel as though that is actually part of what's attracting others to you, that, you seem so separate to the whole world that people want in. They want to see what you see. They want to see things through your eyes, that you're kind of up here in this tower looking out above everyone. And people are drawn to that and wanting to sort of see the world the way that you see the world. And from the height that you can see things, but we do see a lot of strong foundations from you there. We also see the flowers, the bouquet coming through here. So it's kind of like people see you as a gift as well. People do see you as somebody who is very reciprocal with your time, your love, your energy, that as soon as they give you their time, their love, their energy, that you are someone who always gives that back to them, and they never have to sort of worry about that being a one-sided relationship. They know that Taurus will give back just as much as they receive, that Taurus is a giver, but also will happily, take when they need to step back and just and relax a little bit and take some energy, but they're also very willing to give, that they're not someone who shies away from giving, that they do feel as though you are a big gift in their life just in general, but that you are probably a gift giver as well, and they really enjoy the gift of, your time and your love, and, even those physical gifts as well. You're probably someone who does always give really good gifts, Taurus. Okay, so that's how people see you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini. What attracts people to Gemini? Gemini, what is it about you that people are drawn to? What attracts people to Gemini? One more for what attracts people to Gemini, please. Seeing a lot of logical, rational kind of energy on your behalf here, but also balanced out with emotions. So we are seeing a lot of kind of balance that people are drawn to about you here, Gemini. We do have the fox and the clouds coming through here. So with the fox energy, people do definitely see you as very independent, that you're very intelligent. You do what you need to do to succeed in life, and look after yourself first and foremost, and people actually really appreciate that about you. You know, I feel like for you, Gemini, you probably do sometimes feel as though you're being a little bit selfish, but other people actually really admire that about you, that you're able to do whatever you need to do to make sure you're okay. They see it as an independence, as a self-sufficient energy, and they're really drawn to that. I do kind of pick up here that a lot of people really admire that, in the sense of leading by example, that you kind of are a bit of a leader here, and people really want to, you know, emulate that behavior and see that as something that they want to be. So it does feel like, you know, people sometimes, they may think that you know, on a love kind of front, people may think that you're a bit of a player, because you are so, you know, you do sort of seem a little bit aloof, very independent from others. So some people may sort of think that you are a bit of a player, or that you're, you know, playing mind games with them. So I would sort of say that if you want to combat that, you may just want to be a little bit more emotional when it comes to the love stuff, because people do see you as very, you know, separate, very independent and capable of looking after yourself. And sometimes people perceive that as you're so busy looking after you that you maybe aren't, you know, sharing with them and looking after them as well. So just be aware of that. We do have the clouds there as well. So people do see you as a bit of a, you know, an intelligent, deep thinker here, that you are somebody who does try to be very logical and rational, but you may tend to be an overthinker. People may see you as a little bit, you know, of a person that sort of overthinks everything to the point of mental exhaustion, which you know, it sometimes comes through as, you know, being seen as anxious or depressive kind of energy. You may seem sometimes a little bit confused, just in where you're going, and you know, but it seems to be very wrapped up in, you know, that you're so stuck in your own head when it comes to the way that you think about things. You don't necessarily, kind of like when pardon, when you're at school, and you know how when you're doing exams and things at school, you always have to show you're working with maths. It's one thing to know the answer, that 2 plus 2 equals 4. It's one thing to just write 4, but you kind of need to show you're working and show how you got to that answer. And you know, we all know that at school sometimes you actually get, you know, marked on your working rather than just the answer. And so I feel like that's what kind of people miss out on seeing sometimes. They're seeing that you maybe have the right answer, but they're not seeing, you know, how you got to that. And they're kind of just seeing that you're up in your head, thinking everything through and doing all that working, but they're not actually seeing what that working is. That creates those answers or things that come out of your mouth sometimes, and it's just, you know, sometimes people just don't understand how you got to that, because they're not seeing the inner workings of your mind here. But we do also have the moon coming out for you here, Gemini. So people do see you as, you know, a little bit emotionally sensitive sometimes, that, you know, you are very logical and rational, but, you know, once your emotions get stirred up, that you can tend to be a little bit, you know, pulled by your emotions and drawn, you know, drawn away from others or to people because of your emotions. And sometimes you do sort of, people may, I'm kind of hearing the phrase hair trigger. Some people may sort of see you as having some of these little emotional triggers that sort of can kind of go from, you know, logical, rational Gemini to bang, this other version of yourself that is very coming from emotion. But people do also see you as very spiritual and very connected to your intuition as well. And people sort of realize that you don't have so much strength in the logical aspects. A lot of that strength is coming from your intuition and being able to trust your intuition. People admire that about you, Gemini. So, you know, but I suppose that's where we're seeing the split in the Gemini energy there is, you know, that you can be very logical and rational, but sometimes you can also be quite emotional. So, you know, we all kind of hear about the Gemini twin effect, and I suppose that's how people sort of see that for you, Gemini. But that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, what attracts people to Cancer? What is it about Cancer that draws people to them? What attracts people to our Cancers? Okay, so far we're seeing a lot of people getting attracted to people through, you know, logic and rational type stuff here as well. We have the same for you. We have a lot of logic and rational, a lot of education, knowledge that you have here. We have the book coming through first. So people are very, very attracted to, you know, how much knowledge that you do have, that you do seem very intelligent, well educated, whether you are or not. People kind of do see you as a little bit of a mystery though, as well, that there is this little part of you that, you know, people just never know what's coming next with you. And it keeps people sort of intrigued by the mystery of Cancer there, because, you know, we are seeing that playing out here in these other two cards for you here. We have the Child as well as the Fox. Okay, so the Fox is very logical, very rational, very independent, off in your own little world, looking after yourself first and foremost, and people admiring that about you. Sometimes you yourself may think, oh, you feel like I'm being a little bit selfish, but other people actually admire that about you and want to be more like that. And so do really appreciate that about you, that you are very intelligent and very independent and able to do what you need to do for yourself first, and that you're not always you know, giving too much to others, that sort of thing here, Cancer. But then we have the Child. Okay, so especially with the Fox and the Child both coming out here, just be a little bit wary that sometimes people think that you're playing games with them, that sometimes people think that, oh, is everything just a game to you, Cancer? Especially when it comes to, you know, matters of the heart, people may see you as a little bit of a player. And it's got to do with, you know, are you just playing games with me? Is this all just a mind game, fun thing to you, Cancer? So, you know, because it's that mystery as well. People don't really know exactly, you know, where and how and what, you know. So people just don't understand that fully sometimes about you. And so it can be perceived as, you know, oh, maybe Cancer's playing games with me. Maybe this is all just a game. But, you know, they do love that about you as well. And it's very, you know, attracts people to you. The fact that you are, you know, very innocent in your own kind of way to the ways of the world. And you, you know, you're very playful and fun, and you see everything as an adventure. And that you're able to be very free-spirited and adventurous when you need to be. So people actually really enjoy that about you as well. So that's part of the mystery of Cancer, I suppose, that people are drawn to there. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. Okay, so Leo, what attracts people to you? What attracts people to our Leos? What is it about Leo that draws people to them? Whoa, that's way too many cards. Bit of everything, Leo. What is it about Leo that draws people to them? What attracts people to Leo, please? Firstly, we have the letter coming through here, Leo. So your communication skills are highly sought after, I suppose, is one way to look at it. The way that you communicate, the way that you are open and honest and vulnerable when it comes to what you're communicating and how you're communicating to others. People do really appreciate that about you. People have, you know, they're kind of like, well, if I ask Leo, I know I'm going to get, you know, an answer. Leo's going to be open about that kind of thing, that every way that you communicate with others, whether it be, you know, online, through text, in person, people really appreciate the way that you communicate and the openness of your communication skills there, to the point where it's some people kind of, I feel like you may sometimes have problems with people being a little bit jealous of how openly you can talk about things that other people may struggle to communicate to others. Whereas, it's kind of like one of those things that people see it as like I want to be like that. And so sometimes it can stir up a little bit of jealousy in others. But like you're very, very straightforward with the way that you say things as well. So people love that about you as well. But we also have the anchor coming through. So people do see you as very reliable, very dependable, very solid, structured sort of energy that they know that they can rely on you one way or another. That you're someone that, no matter what's going on in their life, that you can actually be that anchor point for them to hold on to, that will keep them steady through anything that's going on for them there, and be a very positive sort of anchor for them to get through this crazy life. So people really do love that about you. We also have the garden. Okay, so that's the public face of Leo, that people do really appreciate the persona that you present to the public kind of energy, but it's also a very social energy. So people really just enjoy the way that you, are able to, be friends with everybody sort of energy, that you can sort of meet others halfway and compromise on issues, but also that you are someone who that they enjoy spending time with, going out and meeting up with you for coffees and things like that. And they know that Leo is, very capable of communication to start with, but for a lot of you, it's got to do with your public face, that you are able to, suit any environment that you're put into. So if you go to a fancy restaurant, we know that Leo is going to, suit that environment. If we go to a very casual, chill coffee place, we know that Leo is going to be totally fine and chill in that environment. And people really appreciate that about you, that they know that they can rely on you being supportive of them, no matter what situation you're thrust into. So people really are drawn to that about you, that you have a very strong public persona. Some of you, it's a typical Leo thing, that you may be very able to sort of fit in with any social grouping and type of, any, like I sort of said with the example of the restaurant and the coffee shop, that any social setting that you're sort of thrust into, that you can manage that really well, and help people around you feel very comfortable, and that your energy is very reliable in any situation. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Leo. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo, what attracts people to Virgo? What is it about Virgo that people are drawn to? What is it about Virgo that people are drawn to? Oh, I kind of really like this energy for you, Virgo. Firstly, we have the cross coming through. Okay, so when we do see the cross, we do get a bit of a dual kind of energy comes through with the cross in this particular, type of reading here. So we do see that people are attracted to your spiritual self, that, people may see you as something that they need to surround themselves with on a spiritual level. I kind of feel as though that's going a few different ways as well. So for some of you, if you don't consider yourself, super spiritual or religious, people actually are attracted to that they're not feeling judged for their own lack or over spiritual selves. There's just a lack of judgment, I suppose, when it comes to spiritual belief and religious belief and things like that, that you're someone that, that you're just so strong within your own self that you're not going to, be someone who pressures somebody to think certain things or feel certain ways about, especially about religion or spirituality. It's very comfortable for people to be around. Even if you are very, very spiritual or religious, no one's kind of concerned about you pushing that onto them or anything like that. They also see you as somebody very able to handle responsibility, that you may be somebody who, you know, people see you as, you know, you're able to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, whether you want to or not. But you're very responsible and you're able to take care of things, you know, especially spiritual kind of burdens as well. But you are somebody who does seem to have a very strong essence of destiny, and people are very drawn to that. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what that means, but you know, that's how it's coming through, that people are drawn to your essence of destiny, that you have a strong essence of destiny around you, and people are very drawn to that. So take that as you will, I suppose. We also have the sun. So people see you as someone who's very, you know, happy, very happy. This is the card of happiness. So people do see you shine like a beacon in the night kind of energy. And it's because, you know, your smile radiates warmth and happiness to others. And, you know, just spending time with you makes other people happy as well. That you share that light with everyone that you come into touch with here, Virgos. So people really enjoy that about you. It's a very strong energy, a very strength-based energy as well. That's one of your strengths that people see about you, is that you are able to find happiness no matter the situation you're put into. You're also somebody who doesn't shy away from personal truth, taking personal responsibility, and also bringing things to light. So if there's some truth that needs to be shared, they know Virgo will be the one to bring it out into the light, and do so in a very positive, happy kind of a way, rather than be nasty or anything like that. We also have the coffin coming through here. So people really admire this about you, Virgo. This is the coffin is all about transformation. It's about being able to end things, you know, close the lid on something so that we can open the lid to something new. So death and then rebirth. That people see you as somebody who is able to, like, experience this total ego death and then rebirth continually, that you're able to continually transform yourself to suit whatever situation you're in, whatever part of your life you're in. It's like you can end things very quickly, but you can also put that same energy into new things that work better for you. And people actually really admire that about you, that you're able to move on from things quite quickly and put all that energy into something new altogether. It's actually people, you know, I feel like you don't see this as a good thing about yourself, but other people actually really admire this about you, that it's kind of like, okay, well, that's over, that's gone, I'm over that, let's move on to the next thing. You know, people actually really admire that skill about you, even though, you know, I feel like for you it's a different story. It's you know, you may take that on a lot more emotionally than people see. It's kind of what people see, though, is that you're able to, you know, close out the past very quickly and move on to the new very, very quickly, and transform, you know, your whole entire self, your whole entire life very quickly. And people actually really like that about you. So I do feel as though, you know, the example that's coming through is like, you know, you go through different style, like different, you know, dress, the way that you dress, you may, you know, go through very different styles. And, you know, okay, this week I'm going to be, you know, goth, and then next week I'm going to be, you know, hippie, and then the week after that I'm going to be, you know, like e-girl or whatever, you know. And you seem to flip and change very quickly, and you know, completely let go of the old and move into the new completely, you know, completely transform yourself overnight kind of thing. And people actually really admire that about you. And I just feel as though, you know, it's being emphasized because you don't realize how much admiration you get for that ability, that you are able to, you know, close things off and transform your whole life around, you know, the new things, and move into the new very, very quickly. So I feel as though it's kind of like wanting you to see how differently people see that to how you see that. Okay, Virgo, but you're more than willing to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Libra. Okay, Libra. What attracts people to Libra? What is it about Libra that people are drawn to? Ride or die kind of energy here, Libra, with the lily. This is, you know, that this is you being somebody that people can envision being in their life forever. That it's kind of like I can see us hanging out at the nursing home together. You know, that you're someone that I know that you're still going to be in my life 20, 30, 40 years from now. That really attracts people to you, that they know that you're not a fly by night type of friend, that you're a friend that, you know, if you're a friend or a partner or whatever, that you're someone that's going to stick it out. You're not going to just disappear overnight. You're not going to, you know, people see you as very, you know, long term, that you're not going to just suddenly up and leave them, sort of thing. So people really appreciate that about you. They do also appreciate your, you know, this is emotional intimacy. So they do appreciate that they are able to be quite open and vulnerable with you, and know that they are safe to show emotion to you. That they and they feel that you share your emotional self with them as well. So people actually really appreciate that, Libra, that you are somebody that, you know, even when you don't know them well, they feel that from you, that you know, that we can be emotionally vulnerable with Libra, and we can get very close to Libra on an emotional sense, and it be totally fine. Libra is not someone that's going to, you know, hold it against me, or be judgmental about certain things. You know, that people really sort of see you as your long-term energy, that you're going to be there, hell or high water. You're someone that, you know, it's like, no matter how much truth of myself I share with Libra, it's not going to scare them away. They're going to, you know, have my back and look out for me, and remain close to me and help protect me. That kind of energy, that very long-term energy. But you're also a lot of fun. Look at that. We have the child. You're also a lot of fun to be around. People love your sense of adventure, and the fact that you are, you know, very fun and playful, and, you know, you're not shying away from a good time. People really love to, you know, you're the life of the party with this child energy. You're able to be fun, and not, you know, not be, you know, yes, we can be very emotional and serious when we need to be, but also look at this, we can be, you know, fun and childish and just have like playful adventure together. That you're very free spirited and sweet. People love your sweetness. There's a lot of with those two cards together, there's a lot of sweetness, a lot of kindness, a lot of looking at Libra like you have these amazing morals, and yes, sometimes your morals can seem a little bit innocent or naive, but they're so, it's based from sweetness, that we can't help but to love this about Libra, that you're such a big sweetheart, but it's in an adventurous, like, this is all just a big adventure, let's jump on into it sort of energy, which is definitely being backed up by the rider coming through as well. This is that let's jump on into it kind of energy. Let's keep it moving, let's keep moving forward. I'm not going to stop, I'm just going to keep moving forward. You know, and that you're more than willing to, you know, stop and pick up someone along the way, that you're very able. You're like, look, because I'm hearing this song. It's a very, like, not many people are going to know this song. It's a really old song. It's called Two Little Boys. All right, if you're interested, look it up, because this is exactly how people see you, Libra. It's the song. It's like, it's from like war time, and it's like, two little boys had two little toys. Each had a wooden horse. Is how the lyrics sort of start. And it's about these two boys that grow up together, and, you know, one falls off the rocking horse, and the other little boy picks him up and helps him up and says, it's okay, you can ride with me. And then they grow up together, and they grow older, and they go off to war together. Okay. And then they find each other in the battlefield, and one of them has fallen, and the other little boy goes, it's okay, I'm going to pick you up and you can ride with me. And, sort of saves him off the battlefield. It's actually a really sweet little story, this song, but that's how people see you, Libra, that you're someone that, if they fall, that you will help pick them back up and, put them back up on your horse and say, don't worry, you can ride with me. When you need me, I'm going to be here and you can ride with me. And, I know that if Libra is someone that I just want to, if they fall, I will pick them back up too. So you inspire this energy in others as well, Libra, to, that they will have your back just as much as they know, because they know that you will have theirs. And they know that if they fall and stumble, that you will pick them up and help them and help carry them off to safety. And so people want to do that for you as well. Okay, so that's actually a really sweet message. It is sort of making me want to tear up a little bit. That's actually a song my father would sing to me ever since I was really young. So it's always meant a lot to me, that song. But I'm really getting a strong message about that song coming through for you there, Libra. So, like I said, it's a really old song, so I wouldn't have a clue who sings it, but it's called Two Little Boys. And yeah, you'll know it because straight away the lyrics are, two little boys had two little toys, each had a wooden horse. Yeah, so that's what we have for you, Libra. Okay, and it's making me a bit teary too, because I think about my Libra friend, and that is 1,000% my beautiful Libra friend, and I would definitely pick her up and carry her with me at the drop of a hat, and I know she would do the same for me. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay, but yeah, you check out your other placements if you like. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Scorpio. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, what attracts people to Scorpio? What is it about Scorpio that draws people to them? What attracts people to Scorpio? Still feeling a little bit teary after Libra had such a sweet read. Oh, Scorpio. And do you know what? I'm straight away, I'm kind of feeling here, Scorpio, that you don't even realize any of this. Okay, I'm feeling this straight away, that you don't give yourself credit sometimes for how much other people feel towards you. I'm getting a bit of, some of you may be struggling with some self-worth stuff at the moment. But because firstly, we do have the coffin coming through. So I'm kind of getting here, I'm hearing Scorpio just sees this as it's a coffin, scary. It's not at all. It's not at all. People see you having the power of transformation. This is the card of death, yes, but it's also the card of rebirth. So people really, really see this about you, Scorpio, that, no matter how many times your something in your life comes to an end, that you're able to get back up on your feet and start all over again and rebirth a brand new life for yourself. No matter how much you held on to that past life, you're able to start a brand new life for yourself at any given moment, that you're somebody who really is able to transform your life into whatever you need it to be. That this is actually a really strong energy, Scorpio, that you're able to actually, close the lid on things when they're not suiting you, and be completely transformed into a brand new version of yourself to suit the future. That this is all about moving forward, that, you're able to, because, the coffin is quite often sort of seen as a symbol like the phoenix, all right, where, sometimes we need to turn to ash in order to be reborn from the flames. And that's exactly how people see you, that you're this phoenix come to life that is really able to be reborn time and time again from the ashes of everything that's gone before. So no matter what happens in your life, that they know that you are somebody who can, turn those ashes into something magical for yourself, and create a brand new version of life for yourself. No matter how hard things get, that you're able to, transform those things, into brand new versions of things and brand new energy for yourself. People see you as so much growth potential here. Maturity, wisdom. We have the tree coming through. You know how to take care of yourself, and this is, taking care of your whole entire family tree. People want to shelter themselves under your branches, Scorpio. That people see you as, so wise and shelter. That you're this safe shelter for so many different things, that you're once again that transformation with you're able to shed all those leaves and then regrow brand new leaves. So there's a lot of transformation in the way that people see you, that you're able to transform your whole self very readily, and people actually really appreciate that about you. We're also seeing with this, there's a lot of maturity and wisdom beyond your years. People see you as somebody, wise beyond your years, and you're somebody who, you know how to take care of yourself, and you know how to help people take care of themselves. You're a carer. That this is all about growth and healing, and you heal people just by being near them. You help people grow and learn about themselves just by you growing and learning about yourself. People really, really appreciate that about you. And I feel as though you don't appreciate that about you as much as you really should, Scorpio, because we also see the sun. You are the light that shines through the darkness. You are the thing that, makes daytime a thing. You make half of our lifetime exists because of you, Scorpio. You are the light in the darkness that people are just drawn to, this magnetic pull to come out into your warmth and the happiness that you provide other people. It's not just growth and healing that you offer others. It's this like happiness. People are just happy in your presence. Your energy just makes people happier, makes people feel warm and fuzzy inside. Thinking about the Scorpios that I know, that this is not a lie. This is, exactly what happens when I'm around my some of my Scorpio friends is that I'm just like, oh, I just feel so much better now I'm around you. Like, and no matter if I'm having a bad day, as soon as I'm around my Scorpio friends, it's like, oh, actually things aren't so bad, so making sure that you see that for yourself as well, Scorpio. I do feel, and I that a lot of you forget to see your own light sometimes. Other people can see it much more easily than you can actually see it. But I feel like a lot of people want to tell you all the time that, I'm so, it just makes me so happy that to see you happy, Scorpio. Like, can you imagine this light, this happiness? When this happiness is happy, that's even tenfold. Okay, so people really just want to see you happy, because that's when you really shine the most, Scorpio. And you just bring so much happiness and healing to the people around you, and you're such a people admire the hell out of you. So you need to start admiring yourself and taking care of yourself in a way that pays homage to the way that people do see you. Start seeing yourself like that a little bit more. Okay, Scorpio. So that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. We will move on over to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. What attracts people to you? Okay, what is it about Sagittarius that draws people in? What attracts people to Sagittarius? Okay, firstly, we have the tree coming through, Sagittarius. So your maturity to start with. People do see your wisdom and maturity as such a good quality that you have, and people are very drawn to that. People are drawn, you're like a natural healer, that just by spending time with you, people do feel that they're able to, grow within their own self and heal the past of their own, their own trauma and whatnot, just by being around you, because especially too that you give such good advice. You're someone that people see as very, wise, with very good advice to share. So people really do appreciate that about you, which is, always a good thing, yeah. But you're just, it keeps saying the phrase, you're a natural healer. So people are really drawn to that about you, that spending time with you just heals something within them, and that people kind of feel like no matter the situation, that you have solutions, you have answers, that you're able to, help people grow and heal, in a physical sense as well. That, if something goes wrong, go to Sagittarius. They'll know where the Band-Aids are. So just even little things like that. We also have the moon coming through here as well. So a lot of that healing aspect that people see about you is because you are so in tune with your own emotions, and people sort of feel that, and can are very drawn to that the tug of being drawn to Sagittarius is like the tug of the moon on the tides kind of thing. That yes, you can be a little bit sensitive emotionally sometimes, but you can also understand and show compassion towards somebody else's emotions, and help people learn and heal emotional stuff. So people do feel very drawn to you on an emotional level. People do also see you as very naturally intuitive, and that people really admire that you trust your intuition, and listen to your inner guidance. We also have the ring. Okay, so people do definitely see you as a cycle breaker, that you're able to break negative cycles, and recognize negative cycles, and be able to break free from them and move forward in much better ways. That you are somebody that people just feel connected to on a different kind of level, that people just see you as, somebody that is a strong relationship to have in their life, whether it's platonic or romantic. You do give this energy of being committed to the people that you care about, and people really appreciate that about you. Okay, so pretty straightforward there, Sagittarius, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Capricorns. Okay. All right. Capricorn, what is it about you that attracts people? Capricorn, what attracts people to Capricorn? What is it about you, Capricorn, that people are drawn to? Oh, I kind of really like this energy for you. Part of me had this feeling that we might actually see the Capricorn card, but we're not, which is actually really good, because I feel like Capricorn, you commit yourself so highly to everything, that you feel as though that's all that people will be able to see of you, that you're just a dedicated worker, and you're persevering, and you're all those sorts of Capricorn qualities, and you feel like that's all but that people will see about you, but they don't. They see a lot more than you might think. The first thing we have here is the letter. Okay, so you're a wordsmith, Capricorn, regardless of how many words you actually do know, or whatnot. People see you as a very, very good communicator, that you're able to communicate very clearly. You may be a Capricorn like me that does tend to use a lot of words to explain one little thing, but people still really appreciate that about you, that you over explain things. I'm picking up on over explanations here, but generally it's just the way that you communicate, the way that you're very open and honest with your communication. You're very upfront, and you don't shy away from the truth. And people actually really do appreciate that about you, Capricorn. And I do get a lot of people sort of admire your whether it's your public speaking skills or your written speaking skills. People actually really admire that about you, and really appreciate that you're able to communicate so fluently, whether it be, because I do feel that for some of you it's more your your verbal communication, and for others of you, it does seem to be the written communication, that you're a writer kind of energy. So I'm picking up strongly on a couple of Capricorns that are kind of very well known for being able to write things out very, very clearly. Or, you know, I'm not going to lie, I'm a Capricorn as well. When I was young, I did have a few friends that would always ask for my help, you know, writing essays and, you know, writing letters and all that sort of stuff, doing their homework, whatever. But, you know, that's something that people do really admire about you, and it draws people in. The way that you communicate does draw people into you. We also see the flowers coming through the bouquet here, which I really love that for you, Capricorn, because it shows us that people see how much you give and they want to give back just as much. That people see how much time and love and energy and sometimes even money that you are willing to give to others, and they want to be able to give that back to you as well. All right, that they feel as though you're a gift, a bit of a blessing to have in their life, you know, and it's a really positive energy in that sense, that there's a lot of kindness that comes along with that. People see you as a very giving soul, and you know, they naturally just want to be able to give back to you in some way as well. So it's very reciprocal energy. People see that you're someone who is going to, you know, be very reciprocal, that they have a lot of confidence that, you know, no matter how much they give you, that you'll always give back to them in some way, as well. That you're not someone who is going to just take and take and take and never give that back to them. So very equality, a lot of equality. People see you as, you know, very aware of equality and sharing. So it's kind of an interesting energy. But we also have the moon coming through Capricorn. So people see your intuition and see how much you actually do follow that gut instinct and that intuition, whether it be, you know, in business or otherwise. That people see how connected you are emotionally to things, and how much you trust your intuition and follow that sensitivity, that you allow that to be a part of yourself, that softness and the emotional component of life as well. You know, the letter can be the very rational, logical stuff, but you know, and just Capricorn general nature comes from, you know, very logical, rational stuff. But to see the emotion coming through as well, it shows that people really admire that about you, Capricorn. You know, regardless of how you yourself see that side of yourself, that, you know, people see that you are a little bit sensitive emotionally, and they want to, you know, they see that they you can give just as much emotion as they can give. So people do really appreciate that about you and love that about you, Capricorn, and your spiritual self does tend to draw people in as well. I am picking up also a little bit, sometimes this can talk about beauty and luck and fame, and people are very drawn to that side of your nature as well, Capricorn, that you know, you have a natural beauty about you, a natural luck about you, and a natural sense of fame about you as well. That even if you're not famous, you know, you're still kind of the star in some kind of a way, and people are very, very drawn to that energy around your energy, Capricorn. It's not that you are famous, it's that you have the energy of fame, without even needing to be famous. You just naturally draw people to you in that sort of a sense. Okay, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. What is it that attracts people to Aquarius? What attracts people to Aquarius? What is it about Aquarius that draws people in? Aquarius. What attracts people to Aquarius? Your commitment, Aquarius. Okay, we have the ring coming through first. So people see your commitment. Doesn't necessarily talk about commitment to relationships, although, you know, people do see that as part of this, that when you commit to somebody in your life that you are committed to them, regardless of whether it's a platonic connection or a, romantic connection. People see that you are committed to, that you have this level of commitment about you, that if you say you're going to do something, that you are going to do it. That if you say that you feel something for somebody, that you feel it, that you're committed to things, and when you do commit to something, that you have follow through as well. People love that commitment about you, which I feel like for a lot of you, you don't see that about yourself. But it is a very good quality that people do admire about you. We also see the fish coming through for you. So people do see you as somebody who is very wealthy and abundant in a lot of different ways. For some of you here, there is a financial aspect to that people see that, you're so committed to the material world that, if Aquarius puts their mind to making sure that they have, a good financial aspect, that they will be wealthy in that aspect, and people are committed. People want to commit to you too, I feel, Aquarius, but people are attracted to that, if Aquarius is committed to, providing, that they will provide. Aquarius seems to be able to, swim circles around some of the others, and when it comes to all different types of abundance that are just created by being in your energy. So people feel as though the more time that they spend with Aquarius, the more energy they get just in general, from everything else. That just being around Aquarius is kind of like good luck, that it draws abundance and wealth to them. Whether we're talking money, family, abundance and wealth, and, wealth of love, wealth of happiness, whatever that is. People feel that in your little circle, that there's just this magnet drawing wealth to you and the people around you. Okay, we also see the house coming through as well. So this is showing us that people do actually see you as somebody who is very stable and secure. So they do really appreciate your financial stability and your financial security, knowing that, you can make things happen one way or another. You may only have, $10 to your name, but you own it, and make that feel as though that's, the most secure place to be, is to just have $10 and we can make it work one way or another. People do see you as somebody who is like family. Okay, so regardless, once again, of romantic or platonic, people see you as family. People want to be in your little bubble and be included as part of your family, part of, what makes your home. Home is where the heart is, and that is Aquarius. Okay, so there's a lot of stability just in your nature that people are drawn to as well. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Aquarius. Pretty short and sweet for you, but you are more than welcome to check out your other placements as well. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Pisces. Okay, Pisces. What attracts people to Pisces? What is it about Pisces that people are drawn to? What attracts people to our Pisces, please? Pisces. The bouquet, the flowers coming through first. You're a gift to have in somebody's life, Pisces, whether you feel that or not. People do see you as, the gift that keeps on giving. You are a blessing to have around. People do really enjoy the presence, the company of Pisces. They do feel as though, as much as they put in, they get back from you. That they're more than happy to give to you, because they know that you are a giver, and that you're going to give back all that time, love, energy, money, actual gifts, whatever. That people do feel it's very reciprocal energy when it comes to Pisces. That as long as I'm giving to Pisces, which I want to give to Pisces, Pisces is always going to give back some way, shape, or form. Pisces is not somebody to be a one-sided relationship. They're somebody that is very giving just in their nature. Um, we do see here spiritual energy as well with the cross. So very giving, very giving when it comes to spiritual energy as well, spiritual growth. And there's just this strong sense of destiny here that you give people faith in themselves, in the world around them, in you. There's just this sense of you giving faith to others around you here. With the cross here as well, there is a strong energy here of, that Pisces is somebody very capable, very able to, take care of their responsibilities. And even when it feels like the whole weight of the world is on Pisces' shoulders, if anyone can carry that load, that it's Pisces. That, that you just provide this sense of spiritual well-being to others around you, that, people feel that you are very capable, even more capable than you feel yourself sometimes. That you don't see that about yourself, I don't think, Pisces, but other people do see that about you, that you are kind of destined to be capable of whatever you put your mind to, that whatever you decide, if you decide something is your destiny, that you will make it happen, that you will give your all to the things that you're passionate about and the things that you feel are your destiny. And the things, if you have faith in it, you will give all your energy, all your time, your love to those things, and you will make it happen for yourself. That you inspire people to have faith, and not just within their own self and with the world, but just on a religious front as well. Pisces, you probably would be very. This is a bit left of field, but you would actually be a very good cult leader, because people want to have faith in you, and people you're able to influence people when it comes to spiritual energy, religious energy. You are very influential. People do see you as somebody very influential when it comes to spirit and religious stuff. It just feels natural from Pisces, which makes a lot of sense. Pisces, we all know that Pisces are very connected on a spiritual level, so it does make kind of a lot of sense there as well. But I don't know why I'm getting this message about Pisces would make really great cult leaders. Or you'd be like, maybe not cult leaders, but cult recruiters. You'd be able to, rally people to the cause one way or another. So it doesn't even need to be specifically religious. You would be, really good rally leaders and protest things, to rally people together to stand up for this and stand up for that. You would really be able to rally people to the cause. We also have the coffin energy here, Pisces. So once again, I feel as though this is something that you're not aware of yourself, that other people seem to really admire about you, Pisces. This can be a little bit scary here, but you kind of have this control over death and destiny, which is very interesting that it's coming through in that way, because the coffin seems, especially in the way that I read, the coffin is always transformative energy. It's death and rebirth. But there's this control over death that I'm getting given here, that you have this real power over death. And when I say death, I'm not just talking about physical death. I'm talking about being able to end things in your life that are not working for you, being able to really take control over, okay, well, that situation has ended. We're moving on from that. That situation needs to end. I'm ready to cut that off. And you're very adept at ending things when you need to, and being able to transfer all that energy that you're putting into one thing, transfer that into something brand new for yourself. This is the rebirth, the reincarnation. You reincarnate yourself, 1,000 times over in this lifetime. You can even see in this card too that this is, an Egyptian sarcophagus, and the Egyptians did very strongly believe in the afterlife, and that this life is just preparation for the afterlife. It's actually more significant. Death is actually more significant than life. It's the afterlife that is the important life. and the spiritual life too here. So a lot of people do really admire about how much energy you put towards your spiritual life and your afterlife. You know, the legacy that you're creating for yourself, the memory that you're leaving, the impact, I suppose, is a better way to put that. The impact that you're leaving on this world, this life, is sometimes greater than you know, the day-to-day stuff. So it's the impact that you're leaving that seems to be very important here, and people really admire that about you, that you leave such a strong impact on people's lives, that it carries through into the next life because of that spiritual tie. You know, so you're the master of death here, which is very interesting, Pisces. I don't completely understand that message, but it is telling me that you're the master of death here. Not to be confused with the master of puppets, no. Metallica joke, guys. But the master of death, that it's like you help other people end things in their life too, and help people see that they need to end things, or that they need to, you know, close off to certain things in their life in order to be able to grow and heal and become their own spiritual destiny. It's very interesting. Like I said, I don't completely understand that message, but it sounds really cool. The Master of Death. It might mean something to someone there that I'm not understanding. But that's what we've got for you, Pisces. People actually are attracted to that about you and admire that about you. So, you know, that's what we've got. But you're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.